I have finally, I'm not quite sure when it started, but I have finally reached a limit to where it's time to upgrade my computer. So, when the M1 MacBook Pro first came out, I was anticipating it in college with my life. I was like, this is amazing. I need it. I got it. Apple Card, paid it off, 0% APR. Amazing purchase. Don't regret it. Still use it to this day. It came out, let's see when it came out. It came out come on. Came out November. Oh, that's the 13 inch. The 16 inch was released in October 2021. Wait, is that right? No, November 2022. What? Oh my goodness, bro. The M1 chip came out and I got the Pro model then. I was like, I don't need the Max chip. And again, now I don't need the Max chip. What I now am realizing, and I'm experiencing it, although to be objective, I am not in the lower percentiles of users. But if I'm experiencing it, that means that people that are even further than me in workloads and the things that they're doing are also experiencing it. So we need memory. We need memory, and we need memory bad. My RAM, I have 16 gigs of RAM. That used to be plenty enough. And I'm glad that I got the 16 back then in 2020, 2021, because these defaulted, I believe, to 8. But I got 16, and that's the only reason that I'm surviving right now. Now they default to 16. You can't get a MacBook without 16 gigs at the very least. And my philosophy, especially with technology, because it's such a large overhead, is you upgrade when you have physically reached a limit. You feel like something's preventing you, or something's slowing you down, or something's messing with your workflow. I've reached that limit with my RAM. I need it upgraded. And I have had ChatGPT do the research with my input and all the criteria and stuff like that. And I am aligned with what it recommended with my own thoughts and my own research. We do things in tandem. We don't just listen to an AI. We do things in tandem, using it as a tool and asset. Maybe a little bit of confirmation bias, but I also am intelligent. So maybe it's just right. But you also always have to think about, what if you're just getting glazed. I digress. I've reached my limits. So now, because of memory, again, at this point, I'm on the hype train. Invest in memory. Invest in memory, invest in memory, invest in memory. This is only the beginning. It has to continue getting worse. Now, if they're able to produce more in the future, will be the case. But even then, if they're able to produce more in the future, then their price will just be what it's worth. It might be overpriced right now, but if they produce more in the future, they'll make more money, and it'll still be priced correctly. Invest in memory. DRAM. I'm not a financial advisor, because this is on the internet. I'm not liable for any of your losses. Do your own research. But DARM, I was going to invest in it when it was at 20. But I was listening to Earn Your Leisure podcast, and they were like, "Don't buy it. I mean, don't buy it in your 30s. It'll drop to 20." I was like, oh, "All right, bro, know what you're talking about." Because I was just gonna go drop a couple bands. Now that John at 80. That John is at 80. I think. Let me see. DRAM. Okay. Let's do it on Google instead. Ticker DRAM. DRAM 60. It's at 60, not 80. I wanted to get it at 30. I would have doubled. I would have doubled my bands, and I was willing at that point because I was like, "This is a no-brainer." That was maybe, let's see, when was it at 30? In April, because it just when did it start? Yeah, it's opened in April, and I saw it in late April, beginning of May in its 30s, and I could have doubled my money. And actually, it looks like it's at a dip right now, so I might still have to tap in. But it's not going anywhere. And I need a new laptop now. So actually, I'm not going to get a new laptop. I'm going to get a desktop because a lot of the times where I hit those limits is when I'm sitting at this desk with these external monitors, which take up a lot of memory, and all these different processes and streaming and editing. And most of the time that happens at a static desktop for me. So that is my decision that I made, is I'm going to get a 48 gigabyte desktop Mac Mini that's going to handle my business, so I won't have no problems until I hit another wall. And then, well, fuck, I hope I have enough money by then. I don't even have the credit limit on my cards to go above 4,000. So I don't want to buy, me personally, I'm still not comfortable unless it's something that's absolutely I need to, dropping $4,000 on some tech. I just like the safety of having that zero monthly payments and just pay it off, because it's zero APR anyway, so just pay it off by the month. But if time goes by and I'm like, all right, I'm good, you can pay it off. It's a year. No APR. Might as well use it. That's why I got the credit cards. But dropping 4 bands on a computer out of my own pocket, it's not like I don't got it. But the logistics and the psychology of it, and it don't make a difference because it's zero APR. So why not just make it easy on the brain and the finances? You don't got to be like, okay, we're good. Dang, that feels weird. This been kind of looking kind of low. It gradually lowers over time, and you can balance things out. That's why we got the Apple Card. That's why we got the Amazon Store Card, because zero APR is beautiful. And also, for the folk that's around where I'm from, Nebraska Furniture Mart, yeah, them too. If you got one nearby you, you know you're good. You know you're good. Regardless, I just thought it was cool that I've hit a friction point that's enough to where I've already made the decision I'm going to get a new computer. It's cool that I've reached that friction point, because I haven't reached that friction point yet with this computer. This computer has been able to do everything that I've thrown at it, and it's just now starting to call it in. And it will still get used, but the fact that it'll be used as a laptop more often than it would be used like plugged in to my setup and used here. So that'll be cool as well, to be able to see what productivity looks like where I can be mobile, because I like doing things when I have multiple monitors or when I work and things like that. So what does that look like for me to be able to do some of the more casual things not tied to this desk. And I've done a little bit